My feet cannot touch the ground.
Okay, it's down to check in. Hello everyone, this is Ben, and thank you for tuning into this episode. This is the 4th episode that we are doing. Basically, it's to talk paintball with Ben. In every episode that we do, we have a new episode title, and of course today, as you can see, I have a new guest. All right, and she's none other than Sheila. Sheila, introduce yourself to everyone.
Hi everyone, I'm Sheila from Team Outlaws, Singapore. Thank you for having me, Ben.
Oh, it's my pleasure, right? I always welcome people to come onto the show. And if you're interested to come on the show, get in touch with Dom, and Dom will hook you up, and then we'll sit you down, and then we'll start talking about it. All right. But yes, today we're very happy to have you here with us, and today we're going to talk about this topic. And the title of the episode is called "How Did I Get Into My First Paintball Team?" Okay, so how did you actually form your own team, or how do you actually play with somebody who already has a team going? All right, so let's hear it from you, Sheila. How do you actually get started?
Okay.
Which first team was it that you actually played for?
My first team was called Paint for Glory.
Paint for Glory. Was it a team that you formed, or?
It's a team formed by 4 primary school friends
Primary school friends. Okay.
that met up, and then we thought that okay, why not form a team? And
Okay, and how did it come about? Like, was it through dinner, or was it like, all of a sudden, somebody came up with the idea, and then how did this thing come about? Who sparked the idea?
it was my captain Hafiza, Mac.
Oh, okay, Mac. Everybody knows Mac, right?
Yeah, so she was playing paintball before me,
Okay.
and then she was playing some tournament. Then after that, she was like, why not just form a team?
Okay, so
Yeah.
that is Paint for Glory is your first team.
Yeah. It's
So
a
what were
all-girls
you
team.
doing after that? How long did you went out for without a team until finally you settled down with Paint for Glory?
Oh no, it was quite. We just formed the team like on the spot.
Immediately.
Yeah.
The minute you started playing, you started forming the team.
Yeah.
Okay, and this was done like what, within 1 day, a month, or
It was a quite short period of time.
quite short?
Yeah.
Okay, somebody just came up with the idea.
Yeah.
And what does Paint for Glory represent? And currently, where is it now? Where is Paint for Glory now?
It was an all-girls team.
Okay.
Okay, so 4 girls from primary school, and then we formed a team, and then after that we got in other girls who wanted to play.
Okay.
So there was like 7 of us.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, and then
What happened to the team? What are the girls
I
doing
guess
now?
commitment, marriage, and
So everybody went separate ways.
yeah.
Okay, so how long did the team lasted for? Like, how long did you guys?
Ooh.
There were training. Were there competitions that you guys actually played?
Yeah, we were actually the first all-girls team to play in the SPS.
First all girls team
Yeah.
to play in the SPS.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so, right?
Mm.
Yeah, but you guys were definitely not the first female team, because before you, there was this team called Extreme Explosion, right? Those were the very first girls that I knew that were playing, and they took part in tournament in Malaysia, but in Singapore, you guys were the first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how was the result, and what happened? Why did the team fell apart because of life issues?
Yeah, not issues lah. Life happens. I guess.
Life happens. Okay, so like life doesn't stop for you lah, basically.
Yeah, correct.
So how many players are still currently playing actively?
It's just me and Hafiza.
So just the two of you.
Yeah,
What
just-
happened? So the rest are like, do they still keep in contact? Are you
Yeah,
still?
we are still very close friends.
Okay, so they are totally off paintball? Like they
Yeah,
don't
they're
play
all
anymore?
paintball. Yeah, they don't.
Are they still in the scene? Like, do they?
No, they're not.
They don't even. Oh, okay.
Mm.
Well, that's very unfortunate to hear.
Yeah.
But I guess that's the main thing about people coming in and out of the game most of the time. You join a team, and then you started playing for a couple of months, and that's how a team actually start. You form, then you storm, and then there's a few things that you have to go through. You start quarreling with one another. Were there any squabbles between the team? Like, were there any unhappiness? Things that?
Not that I can remember.
Okay.
Probably can't remember.
So immediately you all started lah. I think
Yeah.
it took you a very short time to form because you all were like primary school friends, right?
Yeah.
So the forming
Yeah.
part was like you already know one another, so that was easy.
Yep.
Okay, for me, I started the team 1 day after I went to Malaysia to witness the 2016 World Cup Asia. So it was in 2016, and I found out about speedball. I took a bus and then I traveled all the way from Singapore to KL, not knowing anybody. And then I saw the event, and then during the event, in fact, it was just a group of girls that I saw them playing. It was a game between these girls called the Dutties Ladies or something like that, right? So I saw them in the field, and then I saw them shooting at bunkers using really fast electronic guns, and I was like, what is this? Because I've never seen speedball before. I've heard about paintball because I played in the woods when I was studying in Sydney. If you watched episode 1, but seeing speedball for the first time, it blew my mind. So that was my very first time. So when I came back to Singapore, immediately I said, okay, I need to bring this sport back to Singapore. Because when I was there and being a World Cup event, 2006 at the time in KL, most of the countries were there. The Japanese guys were there. Michiko was there. Bano was there. They were already playing. Hardy was there.
In 2006?
Yeah, in 2006. They were playing for Java Genies. A lot of the Bruneians were there, the Southern Cobras. You know, in fact, Singapore was one of the very last country to start playing paintball. We started even later than the Bruneians. Bruneians started way ahead of us. Likewise for the Indonesians. A lot of people doesn't know that. But those days, those guys that I mentioned, like Michiko, Bano, even the Taiwanese were there. Storm was there. I think, if I can remember. No, another team called Shocker. Team Shocker was there from Taiwan. And then Java Genius Indonesians were there. So when I went around that field, there was no Singapore flag. There was not even. I think I'm probably like the only Singaporean, maybe. Okay. So when I was there, then I realized that I need to bring this sport back to Singapore. So when I went back to work on a Monday, because it's a weekend event, I went back to work on a Monday. The first person that I spoke to was my colleague, and my colleague was none other than Jane. So Jane and I worked in the same company before we started paintball.
Okay.
Right, we worked in the school. Most of y'all will know, and we were handling sports development. So anything pertaining to sports was what we were capable at. And then, of course, as I was forming my first team, the first person I looked for was Jane, and she sat right behind me. So I turned and said, "Hey Jane, guess where I went Saturday and Sunday? I saw paintball, and then I wanted to start a team. You want to join my team?" And she said, "Yeah, sure." So that was how we started. So of course, along the way, we had to find a team name. So immediately that day, there were many. I mean, my brain was working like, could we call ourselves the Malayans? Could we call ourselves the Red Lions? And then we think of like Archangel, many funny teams. And then finally, we started out with the Red Sevens. So and that was how the team was formed.
Why 7?
7 because there was you need 7 players, like 5 players to play, 2 reserves.
I see.
So that was something that I observed. And then red partly because the flag of Singapore was red, so we call ourselves the Red Sevens. And of course there were only 2 players out of the 7, so there was no 7 players. How I managed to find the rest was the same night, the same day, I bought a domain and call ourselves red7spaintball.com, right? The website is still in existence, so if anybody wants to go onto the website, you can find red7spaintball.com. So I did a bit of design, HTML, coding, and basically there was just one page. and the first page was like, if you like to play paintball, email us. And then after a while, emails came, and that was how Red Sevens was formed. Right, so a few other guys came in, Arthur came in, and then we had Ben, and then we have Aslan, and that was how paintball was formed. Yes. Yeah. How did y'all after forming, did y'all manage to like find new players to join the team?
It was very hard.
Very hard.
Yeah.
Why?
No idea. Maybe they
You're
think that it's too expensive.
Okay, yeah. So I think for beginners there are a few takeaway that if you have followed our episodes, you'll know that from beginning we have been trying to get new players to come into the game, and often than not it's very difficult. You see that it's two-sided, right? Because last week we were talking about players going to the field but not knowing who to join, and then this week we are talking to you, and you have a team but you don't know who to recruit. Right. So that's two sides of the coin that we are looking at, and basically all we need to do is to merge these two parties together. So players who wants to play, players who wants to recruit, teams that wants to recruit more players, and that's where they can come in together. I think it was easier for y'all because y'all are all primary school friends, so y'all know one another. Anyone who were not part of the primary school team that y'all had like, you know, you recruit them and then you feel like, oh, this guy don't know anything, and then were there 1 or 2 guys?
Yeah, there was 3 of them.
3 of them.
So
okay.
the other 3. So
Okay.
we had Azira and Warda.
Okay.
Okay, so Warda is Hafiza,
Okay.
son teacher.
Okay.
Hafiza's son's teacher.
Wow. Okay. So there was some.
Connection that they.
Was it that Hafiza's son went to school and said, "What did your mom do?" And then she said, "Oh yeah, like, my mom plays paintball." And then the teacher, "Oh really?" So that's like during a parent-teacher meeting, they started shaking hands. And then was that how they?
I think that was what when.
Really?
Yeah, I think that was.
Seriously?
Yeah, I think
wow.
so. I don't.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, maybe they hooked up each other on Facebook and then said, "Hey, that's cool. You play paintball. I want to try. You know."
Oh, and that's how she joined the team.
Yeah, so that's how Warda joined the team, and then she brought Azira along, who is
Okay.
her secondary school best friend. So.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then after that we have Wati.
Wati stopped playing anymore, right?
Yeah,
Wati
all
don't play
3 of them.
anymore. Yeah, I've hardly seen her.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was how Paint for Glory come about. For myself, our first meeting, if I can remember, was in the McDonald's.
Where?
Plaza Singapura.
Nice.
So I didn't. They emailed me, and then I said, guys, we should meet up. But because I didn't know anything about paintball, I only know I form a team, I have a domain, but I don't know any skills. I don't know what snap shooting, I don't know bunker codes, nothing. The only thing I got out from that trip was that I actually bought a Faceful magazine. So I bought a magazine. And those days, right, you can go Kinokuniya, you can find Paintball magazine. Nowadays, you don't sell magazine anymore. So it was a really like a hard copy magazine, which you can subscribe on a monthly basis. They will send it to you. And I got the magazine, and all we did was meet up at Plaza Sing, McDonald's, and I flipped the magazine and said, "Oh, this is paintball, guys. This is paintball." But I didn't know what paintball was. I was like, "Okay, you're interested to join, right? Okay, this is what you'll be doing. Oh, look at the attire, blah, blah." And that was it. One of those days, during the meeting, sorry, not one of those days, at that moment, one of the person that we met was Aslan. So Aslan was this guy who happens to work in Singapore at that time. He's a Malaysian, and paintball was picking up because of his frequent travel, so he couldn't train really much in Malaysia, and most of his time was spent in Singapore. So at that time, he was also like, okay, I this paintball thing is becoming crazy. I need to find myself a team. So that's how we met. And then Aslan brought along this dish. It's a pirated dish that he burned from somewhere else. And the content was Dynasty Dissected 1. Do you remember?
No.
No? Have you watched this dish before?
No.
No? Okay. So anyone who doesn't know about this DVD, okay, go online, go to YouTube, type Dynasty Dissected 1. You will see a very young Ryan Greenspan, a very young Alex Fragy, Todd Martinez, you know, and they came up with this DVD. It's basically the current years, we call it BKI lah, maybe, right? We call it BKI because a lot of people are like watching BKI. It's like a paintball media that actually teaches you how to play paintball. So those days, we have to watch videos over DVD. So he brought the DVD along, put it into a laptop, and then we spent our next 2 hours just watching the basic drills. And then this got us crazy. I tell you, we were like under some, I don't know, some spell, you know, like Gong Tao, you know, like I think we were crazy. We were thinking like, okay, we need to get out there and start doing things, start following what these guys are doing, right? So that was how it began for us, and then Arthur came along, and I met Arthur through one of the clinic that I mentioned in the Todd Martinez clinic. So that was how Red Sevens was formed.
So, Ben, tell me about your first tournament for Red Sevens.
Our first tournament. So after we formed the team, we tried to do some practice. But of course, whatever practice that we did was crap because we didn't know how to do it. And paintball was just picking up in those days. If I can compare some of the players nowadays, like all the sliding and diving that we are doing right now in the field, it's so much better than when we first started. When we first started, even teams at the highest level, while everyone can play, but you can see that they are fundamentally not sound. That means the sliding, you know, you think that, oh, this guy can slide, but as compared to a D3 sliding nowadays, I think the D3 styling probably do better than the D1 styling back in those days, right? And open division, we don't even have a D1 team. So those days, how we started our first tournament, it was through Werner Hall. So Werner Hall, which is a pro shop that was run by Andrew and Patrick, started this tournament. It was a 3-on-3 tournament. In fact, if you don't know Werner Hall, if you read backwards, it's Andrew Low.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
now then you know, right?
Mind blown.
Yeah, mind blown, you see. So Werner Hall, you read backwards, is Andrew Low. So Andrew Low happens to be his name. So it was a pro shop, and then we went there and we played in the 3-on-3 tournament. That was our first tournament, 3-on-3. Jane, myself, small band, and then we have Arthur. Aslan was not there. Somehow he was occupied. So the four of us went for this 3-on-3 tournament. We got our first ID tag. We went in, we lost all the games. Yeah, in our first tournament, we lost all the games. Right? It was so pathetic that the organizer, in fact, okay, later I will share it. It was so pathetic that actually the organizer came, and then during lunchtime, the organizer said, "Hey Ben, you guys travel all the way here, lah. You know, I paiseh lah. I paiseh lah. You know what? Hey, I tell you what, I have this media team that wants to learn about paintball. They want to know about paintball. Why don't I do like an exhibition match between you guys and them?" So we said, okay lah, we got nothing to lose, right? So we went in, and then in our mind we're like, okay, we lost all our games, but since there's a chance for us to like make up, we need to be showing paintballers can play paintball, right? So we went in and we smashed the hell out of the media team. Even though it could be the first time these guys are holding guns, we smashed them, we probably overshoot them, I don't remember. Like, we shoot them in the face, in the dick, in the groin, under the armpits, whatever lah. The idea was that we want to show to everyone that we can play paintball. So we went in, we smashed them. Damn, that feeling was like good, man. It felt as though we won the World Cup. Yeah. Can you imagine like you lost throughout and then you only won that final game? So it was like a World Cup feeling for us. I was like, yeah, finally we won one freaking game. You know, that was the feeling we got lah. And in fact, now that we have tasted victory, we wanted more. Yeah. So we went on and then we played more tournaments and more tournaments. We tried to recruit a few more other players. Yeah, so that was how it went out. But it was if I can remember, it was total crap for us. We had no bunker codes. We didn't know anybody there. We just went out and then just give it a good shot.
Which position do you play?
It was a 3-on-3. The field was very small. I think it was like maybe 10 bunkers. Probably 10 bunkers only.
Per side?
Yeah. No, the whole field. It's probably like 10 bunkers. And then it was so short. It's probably like maybe the double the size of this shop. So it's like half like a futsal court. It was like a futsal court. But we enjoy, you know, it was like, wow, like going to the World Cup, you know, like, you know, that's those kind of feeling. Because at the time, those dimension of the field, number of bunkers to us are not a concern. Our main was just to go to the field and just play. Also thank you to Rayson. I've been talking about Rayson for the last few episodes. I'm not trying not to talk about him anymore because as we come along, Rayson kind of like fade out in our paintball journey. But in the beginning, you hear me talking a lot about Rayson because Rayson is very influential during those times when we were setting up the team. In fact, he was our very first sponsor.
Oh.
Yeah, Rayson came to us and said, guys, from his pocket took up 200 ringgit, give us in cash. Like, this is your first sponsorship. I was like, what? What do we do to deserve this? No. Let me be your first sponsor. He gave us 200 ringgit in cash. Have you received any cash sponsor?
No.
Since the day you started playing paintball?
No.
No, right? In fact, that was my first cash sponsor and last. So, yeah, first and last. So, Rayson gave us 200. I was like, wow, finally, man. You know those kind of feeling where you're a noob, right? You totally don't know anything, but you pretend like you know something, and then you go in, and then your first sponsor gave you $200. You're like, hey, thanks, you gotta act serious, Yeah.
So what do you do with the money?
We bought paints, We bought paints. We use it to buy paints, right?
How much was a box of paints last time?
I can't remember, but last episode we said it was probably about 400 ringgit.
So that's half a box.
Yeah, I think we bought like half a box, right? It's better than nothing, but still, first tournament, first sponsor, cash sponsor some more. Like I don't know who else give out cash out, but Rayson was like, took out his wallet, here you go. Like, whoa, cash sponsor. Very sure. Right? So I think he kind of like poisoned us because from there on, right, I thought maybe I can get my second sponsorship in my next tournament, but obviously nothing came lah.
It's an addiction, I tell you. Paintball is an addiction.
Yeah, it is, right. If you have any advice for anyone joining a team, what would that be? Like, tell any of these guys, like share some tips or experiences.
Join a team?
Yeah.
Just go.
Like, just, what do you mean by that? Just go.
Yeah, just join the team.
Like okay, now you're playing for Outlaws, right?
Yes,
Outlaws Singapore, right?
Yeah.
And with Outlaws Singapore, I know last year you guys recruited a batch of Division 3 players which are playing so actively and they are so hardworking at the field. Every week I'm seeing them there. You know, just to name a few guys, Jared, CG and Elvin, right? That 3 guys are like, and Lucas, right? Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas.
I haven't seen Lucas for a long time, but that 3 guys, I'm seeing them at the field almost every other week. How did you guys actually transform them from somebody who rarely knew about paintball, maybe have some skills because they were like previously playing Nerf guns, to where they are now? What was the formula that you guys did? And of course, for those who are sharing, this might be something that you can take away as well.
They really had no fear, these boys. You just ask them to slide and dive, they will do it. They will not ask questions like, how do you do it? You know, like they will just do it.
Yeah. I remember when they first came into the game, I did sort of like an intro session with them. A few of them attended the classes.
Yeah.
And yes, indeed, they were that few guys who really dared to try. I think in the class there were like a couple of other guys, like maybe 10 guys. But I remember them as that few guys that really went out and just execute. Even though they got it wrong, they just keep trying and trying and trying. In fact, last week I saw CG climbing up the snake. Oh, that guy looks very pro lah. Yeah, too bad he's going to go to the NS soon, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna miss him. Let's hope he gets tougher and stronger. Because a lot of people went army, like the videographer now, like went army, they put on weight on. Yeah. Some lost weight lah, some put on weight. Right.
You lose first and then it's a steady incline.
Finally he has to say something. Okay, we forced something out from him. So yeah, so that was it. What else? What else can we talk about new players and new teams? Now, if you have anything for us that you want to find out about things that you can do to join a team, do let us know. Share it with us in your comments, and we really hope that we can see more of your suggestions and feedback also, which might be helpful for new players watching these videos. Right? What was your first jersey? Your very first jersey. Do you wear it with pride?
Yes.
What was it? Do you remember?
My first jersey was a Raza jersey.
You order it? How do you order the jersey?
Yeah, I just go to Raza Paintball website, and then we just saw some
you saw the design, like a ready-made design?
Yeah, ready-made design. We saw the tuxedo.
Yeah.
We just put our names at the back. That's it.
That's it, right? And they send it to you?
No padding, no nothing.
How long does it take them to send the jersey to you?
Probably 2 weeks.
Okay.
I can't remember.
I'm asking this also because we have a lot of new players coming to the shop, and the very first thing is like they feel awkward because they are not wearing like a paintball jersey. So most of them come in SAF number 4, and then they look awkward lah, to be honest, right? So when they come in, they say, "Hey, I want something that looks like I can blend in lah." So a lot of people ask me about jerseys, so I thought maybe I can share this with everyone. Jerseys for the team, for Red Sevens, we actually bought it online, and it was through this website called Paintball. Action Village. actionvillage.com. So actionvillage.com was where we bought our jerseys, but we bought it according to our size. So like if I'm XL, I wear XL, but when it came, it was tight. Because paintball jerseys are generally loose. So I didn't know that. We put in all the names like what you guys did. I think we probably paid about $100 for the jersey.
Almost.
With the names and shipping and everything, right?
Yeah.
Almost easily. And if there's a tip that I can give to anyone, if you're going to order your own jersey online, make sure you choose the latest design. Right? Don't go for the cheap cost one, because some of those designs are probably older already. And then when you wear it to the field, you look a bit off trend. Right? You won't recognize it because to you, it just looks like a jersey. But for most of the ballers, they will know whether it's a new jersey, is it an old version. I mean, imagine someone wearing a mini invert jersey now to the field.
Yeah.
Right? Or old JT jersey. You'll know that it's an older design. Right. So if there's anything that you are not sure, always feel free to ask anybody who's had a few. All right. Anything else that you want to add?
Just keep playing paintball. If you have not been coming to paintball, just there's a lot of tournaments coming up.
Oh, yep. So
13 and 14.
Yeah, just keep playing and get yourself out there. I think that's the most important. Get as many games as possible and just go play.
Yep.
All right. That's all that we have for this week. Thank you, Sheila, for coming in this week with us.
Thanks, Ben.
And we hope to see you in episode 5. Okay.